everybody, this is Ja. This is another segment of the Basement Project, and I'm here with a very talented creative producer that goes by the name of Jay Rozay. My boy Josh, what is good?
It's good, Brody. It's good. It's good. How you been?
I've been maintaining. You know, I think as we all are at this point. You know what I mean? A lot has happened within the last few months.
Shoot.
And this is actually the first interview since the whole thing. So like,
I'm honored. I'm honored to be on here. So
it's that blessing to even have you here and that you're safe and that your family's safe because.
Thank you.
You know, a lot's been going on, but not even to talk about that. Let's talk about the music. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the creativity. Let's talk about the artistry. So, I've known you for God knows how long.
Literally, probably since when we was in third grade. probably since we was third grade.
Just come on this class.
Yep.
So, you know, like you're one of the first creatives that I've seen throughout my life, and one of the first creatives that really was dabbling in a whole different variety of facets when it came to creativity, from illustration to production to music. Like you was dabbling in all of it. So my question to you is like, where did that really start?
To be honest, I'm not even gonna hold you. It just came out of the way how I feel, like how I felt at the times. Like I even remember like the very first time that I drew my mother's, like, I think it was like probably Fendi boot, and mind you, I was like 6.
You draw a Fendi boot?
Yeah, it was like one of those old school Fendi boots, but it was like I remember drawing it, and then for some reason like just picking up a lot of hobbies along with the art just came just naturally. Honestly, I just gained joy out of it. It just made me happy. Anything I did, like out of the creativity that I produced, just came out of how I felt. And that's basically it.
Because even listening to your music, it's like, it's very euphoric. Like, it's like, even the track that you was just playing me earlier, it was very like trance-like. It put my mind into like a very, very meditative state. And so like, but still sounding like very like modern, very up to date, like very punchy at the same time, while still maintaining that ambience. So, what is your process like when you're making music?
Well, one thing for sure, and I always, because, well, first of all, right now I'm an in-house producer, as you know, but whoever's just like watching, I like to, along with the artist and whoever is listening, is to make sure when they hear anything that I make, is that they forget where they're at. Like, say if you're listening to someone, I'm just gonna shout out some names, just like Sade. If I make something for her, and I'm not just putting myself on a caliber like that, but I want to at least have the person to be lost into not only what the words that they're saying, the music of what they're hearing. I felt like when I was a kid that a lot of things aren't paid attention to, like the little details in life. So it's like, alongside with music, there's a lot of things that's just like detailed. I just want people to just capture, like, are you listening to what you're hearing? So that's why, like, there's always that type of vibe that I try to put out.
I think, you know, vibes really, they help to not only curate the sound, but to kind of like direct it in a sense.
Yeah, because like it's more so like everyone is trying to say like, oh, let's try to create a vibe, but like vibes just naturally happen.
Exactly.
And it's like a lot of people just, they try to force something that's really not supposed to be forced. So along with music is never supposed to be forced. You're just supposed to feel it. Right. So that's how it should be, but you know, other people think otherwise.
Right. And I think also with this whole pandemic, it's kind of put a lot of artists in the position to kind of reconfigure and reassess how they even approach, you know, making music.
I definitely agree.
How have you dealt with that as an artist within the last few months?
Just like talking to some of my artist friends, they like, not even they, like, this is literally a blessing in the disguise, because it's more so we're always trying to go out there to promote ourselves. I feel like now this is like a state that whoever's in that mindset of just wanting to create whatever they have, they could now come to themselves, come to the core, now collaborate with themselves, try to think of a better way to innovate their own selves and their own inventions, sounds, anything. It's doing well. I feel like now in this pandemic, you hear so much people that's doing so much music, so much art, so much poetry that you would never ever thought that they would be doing. So like this, perfect opportunity to make so much things.
Right.
So much things.
And I think it's just like a really good time for us to take advantage of not only the time, but the accessibility that we have to reach whoever it is that we want to reach.
Big facts.
Because literally, I can make a song on my phone and somebody in Thailand can hear it within the next 2 hours. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You know what I mean?
It's really just the energy that you put out there.
That's a fact, and I definitely hear a really positive, like, chill, relaxing energy from your music, yo.
I really appreciate that.
Like,
Definitely really appreciate that.
Solo work to even like people that you collab with, like it's all cohesive. And you know, when I think about that, I always think about like what comes first for you. Like how do you structure the beat of the production?
The other day I actually got some like just pointers that me personally, I feel like sometimes it's not rushed, but I focus more so on how it sounds and not the structure. It just depends on how, like, I guess with me, depending on the sound. So if like, most of the times when I'm making like beats, I get lost into it, but there's other times that I have to remember like, this beat isn't for me. This beat isn't for just like only for the artist. It's for everyone to like listen to how they could create this. Like create any type of song.
Right.
So as a producer, I feel like, yeah, structure is definitely important, but it's also important how you structure it. And that's one thing that I feel like that is focused on with me. It's just like, not how it sounds, but the structure, how it could go. So I feel like that, yeah.
Now, what gives you goosebumps about what you do in terms of music?
When people like it, the reaction, to be honest. Like, even when I first started to make music, shout out to Derek. I really forgot his stage name because he's always be changing it. He was the one who actually put me on to like producing. And it was just like the drive, like hearing so many different sounds and creating it. And like, yo, bro, I did that. And then like, not even just saying like, oh, I did this. You see how people are really loving what you do. And it's like, it gives you more courage. It gives me more courage, but anyone else as well, if they're actually starting off into like production, it gives me so much courage of like wanting to do so much more and push myself better.
Right.
So it's like, I've always been that person to eagerly just like, yo, here, yo, listen to this, like, but it's just like that feeling of like people saying like, I really feel this, bro, like no, like, well, I don't want to curse, I don't know if I can curse or anything, like, but like, I was like, no funny shit, like, bro, like, I could feel this, like, you could feel like you was going through something, or this is like an up-tempo beat, like, just hearing that just gives me so much, like, it's like a rush, like, to do more.
Now, sonically speaking, where do you see your sound going within the near future?
I'm trying to take over the whole industry. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really, my fault. Like, to be honest, like, I want to be that producer to like literally mash up every single genre. Like, there's so many types of genres that hasn't been touched yet.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like people, they focus on what's hot. And don't get me wrong, that's not wrong to do. But like, there's so many different genres that you could think that isn't hip hop that could really translate to hip hop. like rock. Rock came from hip hop in that form, and like just like fusion different types of sounds. I want to be the. I don't even want to say Pharrell. I don't know if Pharrell really does that, but I just really just want to take over the. I want to be that main producer's like, oh, I could work with any type of artist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be as versatile as possible.
As possible,
Because,
bro.
Like, so I got one more question.
What's good?
I'm gonna end on this note. So, who are your biggest influences on your art? Like, if you give me 3 influences,
On my
who would
art.
they be?
Well, definitely Redikiraa. She definitely has pushed me into a different lane that I never thought I could be, for sure. And her work is phenomenal. Big Dog K is one of actually my very, very first artists that I have known and grew up musically with. And 3, right? I've worked with. I would say I'm not gonna lie, cause is also like,
Nice, bro.
yes,
Nice.
yes.
Shout out
That
to
that talk to like, pick his brain with music. He was like, wow, bro, you're like a almanac for music, and just for sound too.
Yeah, I seen him live at Purchase. It definitely opened my eyes too. You know what I mean? Like, just even like doing shows with him and shit. Like, his energy is always up there.
Yes.
And the content is
Always
relevant,
up there.
Always relevant. Always on point. And it hits.
Yeah,
hits
it
on
does.
2 different levels.
It does. Even though when you feel like it couldn't, but like, whoa, damn, like you gotta really sit back and think that. Yeah. So, yeah, those 3, phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
Shout out to you, man.
Shout out to
I
you.
gotta get you on here, bro.
You already know, bro. He calling for you. He calling for you.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, man, I think that's what we got for right now. I appreciate you.
It was a blessing to always be here.
Play some of your beats later on today. Let's drop out.
Yes, we definitely should. Definitely can. Let's get to work.